Marine. Oh, yeah, you know that stuff. No, that's the way you're supposed to talk. You went to school, didn't you? Right? You went to school. You should be able to break it down. You know, you should sound different, or the accountant would be talking about numbers.
Exactly.
You know, a nurse would be talking about the hospital.
That's like my girlfriend. She play music and stuff. She be talking about that. I be lost. But when I talk about this, like scissors and shears, she's like, "What's the difference?" Like, it's a big difference. Like, you know.
See what I'm saying?
There you go.
Everybody like what they like, but then what is your profession? You should be, just like you said, she likes me, she probably can listen and hear and read music. That's what she enjoy doing. You can talk about prills and nitrates and all that. You understand all that, the greening of the grass, because that's what you do. The same thing with this hair. How come we can't have, the more we know, the more we on the go? I mean, what we perfect what we're doing here, but then we can do something else too. You see? You can always, wherever job you go on, you cut hair on your lunch break. What you doing? Push-ups and cutting hair. Drinking the water. Yeah, cutting hair and getting paid. Miss Bill, give me that Carhartt code. Yeah, how you doing, Miss Bill? Okay, let's get back into this again. Right. Miss Bill, I had that sign-in sheet right here. Miss Bill, how you doing? All right. Okay, I love this, man. Okay, let's go back into it. Now, hair elasticity on 255 is an indication of the strength of the side bonds in the hair. Hair with normal elasticity tends to hold the curl from set and permanent waves without excessive relaxing of the curl. So hair with low pore elasticity is brittle and breaks easily. You see what I'm saying? So hair in this condition may have been over-processed during previous chemical applications or may be the result of poor nutrition or internal disorders. I mean, yeah, when we go on the doctor and we're not feeling good, before what did the nurse say, or the person? Usually take your blood pressure, tell you how you feel, and
actually your diet.
All of that. Took you on the weigh scale. You can barely step on the scale, right? You don't feel good. You waiting to see the doctor. The nurse, you look, forget all that, I ain't feeling it. And then the doctor come in, he done read everything. He can look at you. He can tell what's wrong. If you got a bacterial or viral infection, then they're gonna come in and we're gonna give you some antibiotics. And you come back in 72 hours and we draw your blood, we send it to the lab. You see what I'm saying? Just look at you, man. That's how we should turn on our clippers and know what's wrong with them. Like a mechanic. We should know our tools, man. Yeah, that's the same thing, man. That's our specialty. So I think last week, let's just cover alopecia in its entirety. We talked about alopecia, and it's a technical term for abnormal hair loss. Alopecia, right? Did we cover all the alopecia? No. We didn't. Okay, let's just get it. Let's just dig in now. Okay, let's dig in. Let's dig in with a pick and a hole and see. We're gonna dig in and eat this stuff, man. So alopecia. So as previously discussed, we all lose some hair every day as a result of the normal shedding that takes place during the hair's natural growth and replacement cycle. Remember we talking about anagen, catagen, and telogen, growth, fallout, and replacement, right? So we know everything starts where at? It starts in the dermal papilla. That's where the rich blood supply and all of that form as a result of dermal papilla. It forms the hair bulb. We talked about that. But then let's talk about over 63 million men and women in the United States suffer from alopecia.
4 times.
Okay? The technical term for abnormal hair loss, alopecia. So understandably, hair loss for either sex can be a traumatic experience, so conversation about it should be handled, it says, tactfully. Now, types of abnormal hair loss. Let me say, it's abnormal hair loss. Technical name for abnormal hair loss, alopecia. But then the types of abnormal hair loss, and they break it down, which we'll know each one. They have 1, 2, 3, 4. They're gonna talk about 4 different types of alopecia, abnormal hair loss. Alopecia may appear in different forms as a result of a variety of abnormal conditions. Now, these forms include, now that's what we write in a separate book, androgenic alopecia. Androgenic. Then we'll talk about alopecia areata. Then we talk about alopecia senalis. And then we'll talk about alopecia syphilitica. You see how they break? So then I'm going to write down each one of those and put the definitions on a flashcard or a separate notebook. So I would know, and then I put the page number 256. So you can ask me anything about alopecia, the 4 alopecias, alopecia, androgenic alopecia, alopecia areata, alopecia senalis, and alopecia syphilitica. So all 4 of those, I would know them in its entirety. Okay, let's look at androgenic. We said last week, and we'll get a little bit further, androgenic alopecia is the hair loss that occurs as a result of genetics, age, and hormonal changes that cause the maturation of the hair, converting it to vellus hair. And we said that vellus hair is the hair that what? Okay, has no medulla or no pigmentation. And we call vellus or lanugal hair, which is one and the same, right? Vellus or lanugal hair is peach fuzz hair. That's what we said on the forehead. Okay, and that's right. So alopecia androgenic is due to genetic. And we can almost look at it, androgenic. Genetics and age. It didn't say old age, it just says age, right? That's the difference. So now we know androgenic is related to alopecia. So alopecia is abnormal hair loss, white. So androgenic is with genetics and age. Genetics and age, androgenic. So then that's what we have to do. We just have to continue to talk about alopecia, androgenic. So if I see androgenic alopecia, you're talking about genetics and age. But alopecia, I know the technical name for alopecia is abnormal hair loss. But androgenic alopecia, look at the word, androgenic, genetics and age. It just didn't say old age, it says age. The reason why we harping on age, because when we see senalis, or a person say senile, now that's old age. But we saying alopecia androgenic with age, but genetics and age. And age, not old age, because senalis is with old age. So age and genetics, that's androgenic alopecia. Androgenic alopecia. Genetics, androgenic alopecia. And all day today, I'm going to know all of the androgenic alopecia, alopecia syphilitica, and alopecia senalis. I want to know all of them today. Tomorrow, I'm not even worried about tomorrow, but today while I'm here in school, hey Dion, androgenic alopecia, I'm going to focus in on all 4 that the book talks about. Now, if it's not coming out of the book, I don't want to know what you pull up on your website. I'm talking about androgenic alopecia. I'm going to know it as an entirety. That's what I'm going to focus in while I'm cutting your hair. That's what I'm going to focus. That's what you have to do. You have to say, okay, today it's going to be an alopecia day today. Alopecia, androgenic alopecia with genetics and age. Androgenic alopecia. You got to stay focused. Just like a racehorse. Just like getting up this morning and the little missus want to do something different. No, I got a routine, Ryan.
That's right.
Just because of your lack of preparation does not piss poor performance on my part. No, they ain't got no. I'm redundant. I don't need an alarm clock.